Hey, Summerhill Cinema 700 here, coming at you with a little random video today showing my Steven Seagal Blu-ray collection. I thought, why the hell not? So let's just get started with here. Now, it's not a huge collection, but I do have what I would consider his golden era films, all of those on Blu-ray. So let's start out with Above the Law, Seagal's first major role in a film, and just an absolutely awesome action film taking place in Chicago. Also stars Henry Silva as the main villain, and this is just a great action film. This is also the first Steven Seagal film that I ever saw, and this one is 1988, and this particular Blu-ray here I don't think has any special features at all, unfortunately. It would be really cool if MVD Rewind Collection did put out some of the Seagal films, kind of like they've done with the Van Damme films. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, Above the Law is just so great. It has an awesome soundtrack, a lot of saxophone and stuff like that, and it's his first movie. It's a very impressive action film, and a lot of great Aikido from Seagal in this one, and just the whole movie to me is just an awesome action film. So that's Above the Law here on Blu-ray, and again, this particular one has no special features. Next up we have Hard to Kill. This one also features his wife at the time, Kelly LeBrock, and I don't remember a lot about this one because I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember him being in a coma, and then he gets out, and then there's a scene in a convenience store where he twists a guy's leg in half, but this is another one of his early films, and this is I think his first film that it stars with he stars his famous his signature ponytail, and this one's from 1990, I believe. Yes, 1990. But yeah, I don't remember because I haven't watched this in like a year or two, so I don't remember for sure what happens. But it's again another great early 90s action film from Seagal. And next up, we have one of my favorite Seagal films, Marked for Death here. Oh, and also on the Hard to Kill Blu-ray, there's no special features either. At least I don't think there is. Nope. And we have, Marked for Death, and this is just an awesome, crazy movie. Basically, he's fighting these crazy Jamaican drug dealers. The main guy's name is Screwface, and he's like this psycho voodoo guy. And he's probably my favorite Steven Seagal villain that he fights in any of his films. It's just so awesome, and this one's just totally action-packed. We get a lot of Aikido, a lot of limb breaking, arm snapping, mayhem. So this is just awesome, and you see the Jamaican guys doing these weird ritual sacrifices, and of course Seagal, his character in this is John Hatcher, just kicks all their asses as he always does in all the films. And Marked for Death is just awesome, and that ending sword fight is just fantastic. So that's Marked for Death. Next we have Out for Justice, another one of my favorite Seagal films. This one has just a ton of action. Basically, he has this partner, I believe is his police partner, and he ends up getting killed by this crazy guy named Richie. Has anybody seen Richie? Does anybody know who did Bobby Lupo? Oh, that scene is just great. One of the best action scenes ever, in my opinion, in that bar. I'm sure you've all seen that. Come on, Sticks. Get him, Sticks. It's just so fucking great. But yeah, Out for Justice, what can I say about it? Just absolutely tons of great action again in this one, and that scene at the end where he goes into the Richie's little hideout and just takes them all out in that big fight, and he blows the fucking guy's leg in half with a shotgun. It's just crazy and just awesome action in this one. And again, we get a ton of Aikido. And this one here is 1991, I believe. Yeah, 91. And then I think the Marked for Death was also 1990. And again, this Blu-ray doesn't have any special features. And another thing to mention is some of these films can be kind of hard to find on Blu-ray. I know the Above the Law I got on Amazon, but it's hard to find on there sometimes. Hard to Kill and Marked for Death I found at this record store. And then Out for Justice I think I got there too. But a few of these I had to order online. And then last but not least, in what I would consider his golden era films, would be Under Siege. Absolutely awesome film. Also has Gary Busey and what's his name? Oh, come on, Gary Busey and the name's just not there right now. But you know who I'm talking about from The Park Is Mine and whatnot. But anyways, this is just an awesome battleship film, and that fight that he has with the guy who I'm trying to figure out whose name it is. It doesn't even say Tommy Lee Jones, for God's sake. Tommy Lee Jones, that knife fight that he has where he's going like that. That's just great. But this is just another awesome action film. The only thing I would complain about this one is that you don't see Seagal as much as you'd want to, I don't find, in this film. Like, I don't know, he's just not there as much as you want to see him, I find. And just the battleship kind of setting, to me, is not the ideal setting for a Seagal film. I like the more urban street kind of settings for his films. But that's Under Siege, and I'd like to get Under Siege Part 2 again on Blu-ray. I've never seen it, but the idea of it being on a train seems pretty cool to me. And then last but not least for my Blu-rays, I have General Commander, which I just recently got. It's his latest film. I don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. And this one just says, GRS operative Jake Alexander and his team of young recruits go after the most dangerous and notorious criminals with the help of a Hong Kong billionaire. So it definitely sounds interesting, and looking forward to checking that one out. Again, there's lots of Seagal films that I'd like to get on Blu-ray, Exit Wounds being one of them. Some others, too, would be On Deadly Ground and then Fire Down Below, but I don't believe they've been released on Blu-ray. I think they're just on DVD. Now, last but not least, this is a little action pack. It says 15 movies, Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal, but it's kind of a scam because it only has like one Seagal film on here, and it's Driven to Kill, which I watched like 10 minutes of and felt like diving off a cliff because it was just so boring. Maybe I'll give it another chance, but doesn't seem too promising. And last but not least, this isn't a movie, but it's kind of just something cool that I bought on Amazon several months ago, and it's this book called Seagalology, a study of the ass-kicking films of Steven Seagal. So it's actually a pretty thick book, and it's basically all about his films. And I bought it new on Amazon, but it looks honestly kind of used because the pages are bent up. There's a Sharpie mark. Someone looks like they urinated on the front cover, but other than that, I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out, and it's really cool. It goes through all the films, as you can see, like Out for Justice and just like Above the Law. It goes through all the films, and it kind of talks about how there's like the Golden Age films, and then like the Silver Age, and it just goes through all of his movies basically, from his more recent ones in like the last 10 years and whatnot. So pretty cool book. Definitely looking forward to reading some of this. And now finally, I'm just going to rank these films, which ones are my favorite. And I'm going to say that my favorite one of these Seagal films, and of course my opinion changes on these a lot, but my favorite, since I've seen it, would be Above the Law. Is probably my favorite Seagal film. Next, it's a tie, honestly, between Marked for Death and Out for Justice. It's hard to choose. They're both really awesome. And then I'm probably going to say Under Siege and then Hard to Kill. But it might be the other way around. I might say Hard to Kill and Under Siege. Let's just say they're a tie as well. So favorite would be Above the Law, then Marked for Death, Out for Justice are tie, and Hard to Kill and Under Siege are kind of a tie too. So anyways, that's the my Steven Seagal Blu-ray collection there. Let me know which Steven Seagal film is your favorite, which one you enjoy the most, and let me know if you have any of these on Blu-ray or if you plan on getting them or whatnot. So anyways, kind of this video went on a lot longer than I wanted it to, but whatever. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.